Starting lineup. At point, 6 feet 4 inches, number 9, Kendall Marshall. Starting at center, standing 6'11", number 34, Ennis Cantor. At the power forward position, at 6'9 inches, number 16, Simon Larson. And at forward at 6'8 from Syracuse, number 7, Carmelo Anthony. Starting at the other guard, come on, at 6'6 inches, number 6, the Beast. Doc Rivers is the head coach for your home team.
It's time for the NBA, live on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg alongside, and our sideline reporter tonight is Doris Burke. It's out on the road tomorrow as the Knicks wrap up this home stretch. This game against Indiana, the first time they've met this year. Last season, they couldn't get the edge in the matchup as they went 1-2 in the season series.
Well, these are a pair of conference rivals that are going to be very familiar with each other by the end of the season. You know, this is just the first of 4 games they'll see each other.
Let's check out Indiana's starting lineup. Paul George is the 3 with David West at the 4. Hill is out there with C.J. Miles, and it's Hibbert in at center. On defense, the Knicks. This game coming on the heels of their win against Toronto.
You know, so often in the NBA we talk about how you have to earn your points the hard way, but it didn't seem like that was the case. Everything came pretty easy.
Too many of their points came the easy way, Steve. You're right. On dunks and layups against the defense that didn't really put up much resistance.
3, 2.
Hill passes to Miles. Hibbert kicks to George. Indiana moving the ball around. From 12 feet out. And again, it's C.J. Miles. Miles has got his second bucket of the night.
That's a nice job of getting the ball in the paint and burying the shot. That's exactly how it's done.
And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. The Beast. And that's good for 2. The Beast's got 5 now. And here are the Pacers now. They come into this one having outplayed the Magic last game.
And a very confident performance offensively, I think, guys. It's really how this team clicks. I mean, when they're communicating and executing, sharing the ball, they're tough to beat.
And, Steve, you got to love that kind of performance on the road. I mean, to be a great team in the NBA, you have to be able to have that kind of performance in the other team's building. Really solid.
Clark, I'm guessing that wasn't the plan for the D on that trip.
And I'm agreeing with you there. Once they opened the lane up for him, that was a little emphasis on that finish.
Take what the defense gives you and then just power it home, right? Why not?
6.
Hill with it. Guarded now by Marshall. Hibbert with a screen for Hill.
Couldn't convert, but nice little 2-man game there.
And it wouldn't surprise me to see them go back to that the next trip.
Here's the Beast. Hill with some nice D. For Indiana, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. And George kicks it to West. Passes to Hibbert. Takes the 13-footer. Nice jump shot. Good. Hibbert's got his first points of the night.
The entire defense was frozen-footed. Nobody picked up the shooter, Kevin.
The pass to the Beast. A 3-pointer off the mark. The Pacers have gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. And George kicks it to West. Now the dish to Miles. George passes to Hill. Looks for Hibbert. Gets it to him. Just 5 to shoot. He feeds it to Miles. And it's off from three-point range. Pass to the Beast. Puts up a three. That is good. The Beast's got 11.
And as hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan should be simple. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Hill dishes to Hibbert. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Great job taking right at the defense. I like the aggressiveness.
Yeah, he left them no choice but to foul there.
The Pacers shooting their first free throws of the night.
Well, you take a look back to last year, guys. This is a club that converted about 76% of its free throws.
And New York making a change here. Stoudemire's checked in. And the Pacers also making a change. Skola's checked in.
We're seeing today what makes him one of the best free throw shooters among the league's big men. Beautiful stroke.
And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. And George, here we go. And Anthony with the block. Outside Hill. Pass to Miles. And once again off the mark by Indiana.
Even though he missed it, he couldn't pass up that chance.
Yeah, that's an easy jump shot. You got to take that one.
And again, the three-point shot from the Beast. The Beast's got 14 points for the game. George with the ball. Now Anthony defending. Here's Hibbert. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. And it's 6 points for Roy Hibbert. The Knicks leading by 4. Here's Marshall. Passes it to Larson. Here's Stoudemire. And Hibbert with the block. And he recovers it. We've got 1:28 left here in the opening quarter. Hicks caught that one from the Beast.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the lead.
Pacers trail by 6.
Timeout charge.
Both teams deciding to change it up.
Well, let's take a look at Paul George and how his last season turned out. 8th in steals, and he became a real offensive threat, one of the top 15 scorers in the game.
I think you can overstate his steal numbers. I mean, they're way up there, and it's a credit to his concentration and his quickness and his aggressiveness.
Now, here is George. Really played well against Orlando in his last outing.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get too many better looks from that range.
Here's the Beast. 6-point lead. All sorts of time. And a little luck that time, but it drops. The Beast's got 18 points. Pacers have gone just a shade under 50% from the field. 5 of 11. Outside Hill. He dishes it to George. Here's Rudez. 5 to shoot. And George, here we go. That's good.
Took advantage of some shoddy defense there. They've got to at least get a finger on him.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's the Beast. He's coming off a 19-point game against Toronto. No luck. Stoudemire against Scola. And George kicks to Hill. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. George has got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Here's the Beast. And he's way off from outside. And we got a close game here as we get back to the second. Group out on the floor right now for the Knicks. Indiana also making some changes. Roy Hibbert's checked in for Mahinmi. Scola comes in for Kevin Garnett. And it's C.J. Miles in for Solomon Hill. The Beast in at shooting guard. Also Kendall Marshall out there. Enes Kanter is out there with Anthony. And it's Larson in at the power forward. So that's who's on the floor for the Knicks.
The defenders need to talk to each other. The communication lacking there on that three-pointer.
go now to the sideline and catch up with Doris Burke. Hey, Doris.
Thanks, Kevin. The Beast in their last matchup against the Raptors delivered quite a performance. He finished with 19 points and was on the mark from deep, draining several threes. This was a big win for him and his team as they snap a losing streak with that win, guys.
All right, thanks, Doris. He's got a lot of positives to take away from that game. Clearly, Steve.
Yeah, he played a huge role for them. His contributions are always important, but I thought he was particularly good that night.
Yeah, he was very solid. Just really locked in, engaged, on task. Solid performance tonight.
Indiana trailing here. Here's Rudez. The reverse. They get it back. Hibbert. And finally, that one's good. Hibbert's got his third basket of the night.
Wow, this has been a thriller. I mean, the way these teams are battling, just going back and forth.
Would you like to bet that this game may end on a buzzer beater? How much would you bet?
Here's Rudez. And George now top of the key. Hibbert with a screen for George. Off the pick. With the second effort. And there's the nice layup by Hibbert. And now it's a three-point Pacer lead.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
I agree. They need more energy in the post, maybe some double teaming. They've got to get their defense in gear.
Those are starting to add up. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 of them have been three-pointers.
And it's not just great offense, Clark. The defense is really lacking. Not enough energy on their closeouts.
It's George on the wing, covered by Anthony. Outside for Miles. Three-pointer. Hibbert trying to free himself up. Second chance shot. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. For Indiana, they have shot 75% at the line tonight, going 3 for 4. Hill, he's checked in for Rudez. Scola hits them both.
You know, as we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has improved. It's gotten more aggressive, more physical.
It sure seems like it has. They spent a lot of time at the foul line this quarter.
Outside, George. There's the feed to Hill. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. 8 points for Hill. From deep three-point range, and no good trying to get that one. And we're through 2 here and a good one. Indiana out in front, up 5. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Doc, what kind of adjustments do you think you need to see both defensively and offensively at this point?
If we're going to play like this and we're going to come down and make no passes, that's not how we play. And so we have to fix that first, and then
All right, guys, I want to go over some things before we get back out there. The three-point shot was a good weapon for us in the first half. Let's continue to spread the floor, and if the opportunity presents itself, don't hesitate to pull the trigger. Now I'll give credit what credit is due. We've taken very good care of the basketball. Turnovers were scarce, and we need to keep it that way. Also, we can sacrifice some manpower on the defensive glass in this half in order to have opportunities to get the break started with bodies already headed up the court. This game shouldn't be as close as it is. We're the better team. You know it, I know it, and they know it. Now let's get out there and prove it.